I've got to understand Beefheart. Now, like, okay, some of you are gonna get this shit. Captain Beefheart has been hanging over me, like this weird, cryptic. I will never be smart enough or large enough of mind to assess and understand Captain Beefheart. Like, it's just been hanging there. But as soon as I started getting into records, I was like, I gotta fucking understand Beefheart. And the day came where I bought my stuff, and it was a Sunday morning. My girlfriend was hungover, and I remember this well because, like, there's a couple things I could do. My girlfriend's hungover. Generally, it would be to reprimand her. And wake up and go, you don't feel good, right? Well, maybe you shouldn't have drank and made a fool out of yourself and me. Wouldn't that have been a good thing if you didn't fucking do that? And, just keep pushing until she cried. Because I don't really know if someone loves me if I can't make them cry. So, isn't that the test for all of us, really? If you're with somebody and you don't know if you can make them cry, I'd really go deeper. Wouldn't trust that bond. But I made a different choice that morning. I went with, hey baby, you feel shitty? Look, you want me to go get you a breakfast burrito? So that was how I treated it. But I knew that the record store was right next to the breakfast burrito place. All right? So I go to Atwater Village and I go to the burrito place. And I go up and there's a Latino guy there, which I expected. I'm not racist, but I was like, oh yeah, of course you're here. So I order the burrito from him, and then I go 3 doors down to the record store. And I was almost in like a panic. I just walk into this record store. It was only open for like 10 minutes. I just barge in. I'm like, Beefheart. Do you have doors to Beefheart? And the guy in there, it was almost as if he was expecting me. He's like, yep. And he walks me over to this bin, and I'm like, which one? Which one? Save his milk. All right, this is the one? All right, good. And as I'm walking out, like, I see there's a sealed Kraftwerk album, and I'm like, well, I'm still kind of gay. So, like, I get that. So I got Kraftwerk, and I got Beefheart, and I purchase it, and I go back to the burrito place. I timed it right to pick up her burrito, and I'm waiting online. I got my records, and there's some big old weird-looking dude behind me, and I approach the Latino kid, and he says, what'd you get? And I'm like, you wouldn't understand. That's what I'm doing in my mind. So I got Captain Beefheart. He's like, oh, really? Which one? I'm like, safe as milk. He's like, that's a good start. I'm like, who the fuck are you? And then it just became this pocket of weirdness because, like, I was like, all right, so he's onto it. How am I? And then, like, I turn around to walk out, and the guy behind me is this large, kind of looks like, he looks like the dude that, like, he lived through the 60s and, survived it. He had heard the exchange with the Latino guy, and then as I'm walking out, I hear him right here to the side of my head go, trying to catch up, huh? But it was like, to me, it didn't even come off as an insult. Like, I walked right by him, and I'm like, that is all I'm doing. I mean, I think in every aspect of my life, that is all I'm doing. So then I thought, like, that was the Buddha. That guy was the Buddha. And I so wanted to go back and have him not be there and then ask the Latino guy, where's that guy that was behind me? And have the Latino guy go, there was no one behind you. Yeah, so that's, so I'm doing the vinyl thing. Vinyl midlife crisis. Well, I didn't anticipate doing that story at all. Why is it weird? I don't know.